Grab a snack, get comfortable, because today, we're diving into some seriously intense relationship drama you won't believe. Let's get into the first story. You ever just want to enjoy a peaceful meal alone, and end up ruining someone else's date? Well, not on purpose, but this one's on them. So I'm a 35-year-old woman who's fully given up on dating, but still loves date activities. Once a month, I take myself out on a solo, self-date. Think movies, museums, even mini golf, all by myself. And the best part? A solo dinner around 3 or 4 p.m., just after lunch rush, but before the dinner crowd. The restaurant is calm, and I can really enjoy my food. Last weekend, I found this hidden little Mediterranean spot in a strip mall. Total gem, murals on the walls, chill guitar music playing, only about 7 tables total. When I got there, only one other table was taken. I sat down at the only 2-person table, perfect for one. I ordered a drink and had just placed my food order when a couple walked in. They looked around, then locked eyes with my table. The only 2-seater in the place. I had my Kindle open, enjoying my book, but I could hear them whispering to the waiter. The waiter politely told them, there are plenty of other tables. But that wasn't good enough for them. I heard the man mutter, she won't take that long to eat, she's all alone. Real charming, right? They sat down at the 4-seater right next to me, clearly annoyed. They weren't subtle either. The woman stared at me and loudly said, we're still deciding what we want. Translation, we're stalling to see if the single girl leaves soon. Then my appetizer came out. The man goes, see? Just a small meal. She'll be gone soon. I ignored them and enjoyed every bite. But when I finished, the woman grabbed her purse like she was ready to sprint over and steal my table. Too bad the waiter brought out my soup next. She was not happy. The waiter came back to their table and asked if they were ready to order. They said no, and asked for more water. Clearly just biding their time. Then my entree arrived. And the woman lost it. She straight up said, are you ****ing kidding me? Star. I took my time. Slowly savoring every bite. Eventually, the man gave in and ordered food. The woman pouted but ordered too. I could feel the tension radiating from their table, and it just made the food taste better. I thought about ordering dessert out of pure spite, but I was stuffed. I paid the check, smiled at the waiter, who had been quietly cheering me on the whole time, and walked out. As I glanced back, I saw the couple actually moving their plates over to my table. Which hadn't even been cleared yet. I thought the whole thing was hilarious. But when I told my friends, they weren't exactly on my side. They told me I was an ***hole. That I ruined someone's romantic evening. That I should have just gotten takeout or sat somewhere else, because those tables are meant for couples. Seriously? It was 4 p.m. not candlelight hour. There were 5 other empty tables. And news flash, single people need to eat too. I didn't do anything wrong, and honestly, their passive-aggressive attitude is what ruined their night, not me. So, was I the a-holy? Or were they just entitled and hangry, ****? Let me know in the comments, was OP in the wrong, or did that couple deserve the karma? I waited 9 months to reveal the ultimate betrayal. Picture this. I'm a 35-year-old man, excited, nervous. About to become a dad, or, at least, that's what I thought. My girlfriend, Sarah, was pregnant, with our first baby. We'd been trying for a while. So when it finally happened, I was over the moon. I felt pure happiness, pure hope. I started making plans. Turning a spare room into a nursery. Looking at cribs. Thinking of names. But then, about 6 months into her pregnancy, a man came up to me, at work. He said, "Are you Sarah's boyfriend?" I nodded, confused, unsure. Then, He drops a literal bombshell. He tells me he's been sleeping with Sarah for over a year. He shows me messages, texts, rendezvous. Proof that while I thought we were a happy couple, she was betrayed me, again, and again. Then it all clicked. How we'd been trying, for a baby, for so long. Then suddenly, it happened. Right after she started seeing him. He explained. Sarah fell pregnant. They made a deal. He'd stay away. And I'd raise the baby, thinking it was mine. He said it was tearing him up. So he chose to come forward. To let me know the truth. To clear his conscience. So there I was. Heartbroken. Betrayed. But I kept it all, to myself. I decided. I'd wait. Bide my time. See this through. And confront her. When it would cut the deepest. Because this isn't something you forget. This isn't something you forgive. This is something you carry, until you find a way to make it right. The day came. The day Sarah went into labor. The day I was supposed to become a dad. I remember the feeling. Walking into that hospital room. My stomach knotted. My hands shaky. My mind replaying everything I'd learned. The delivery itself. It should have been a moment of pure happiness. A moment we'd remember for the rest of our lives. Instead, as I stood there, watching the nurses rush around, handing her our, or his, baby, my world fell apart. I tried. I tried to be strong. To pretend. To act. To be what everyone expected me to be. But when the time came, when Sarah was comfortable, recovered enough to talk, I decided it was time. I turned to her. Calm. Quiet. But firm. And I said, I know. I'm not the baby's father. She tried to act surprised. Flabbergasted. Shocked, but we both knew the act was over. I told her. Call Brian, the real dad. See if he wants to sign the birth certificate. Then I walked away. Left the hospital. Left the relationship. Left the future I thought we'd have. My phone blew up. Calls, messages. Her family, even her friends. Trying to convince me. To stay. To come back. But I ignored it all. Block after block. I cut them all off. Some people called me heartless. Cold-blooded. Some said I was dramatic. Petty. But none of them were there. They hadn't lived through the deception. The years of lies, so I made peace with my decision. I walked away. And I kept walking. Because sometimes the greatest revenge is simply choosing yourself. It's been a wild ride. From betrayal to a dramatic showdown to rebuilding my life from the ashes. So, here's the update you all kept asking for. Sarah. She moved away. About 3 hours from town. To be closer to her family. To start over. To raise her child. With a little help from her mom. Brian. He's a part of his kid's life now. Not perfect. Not a fairy tale dad. But present. Supportive. And we sometimes grab a beer. To talk. To connect. To close that messy chapter. As for me, I fell into a dark place first. Drinking. Getting messy. Feeling worthless. Betrayed, but then someone walked into my life. Someone I hadn't expected. A woman. A single mom. who'd been through struggles of her own. Slowly, she helped me realize my worth, my ability to love again. Today, we're together. Her kid, who I'm proud to call my stepdaughter, brought me back, gave me something to live for. Something pure. Something real. Some people say we rushed into it. Some say we're rebounding. But you know what? I don't care. Because when you find happiness after tragedy, you hold it close. And you appreciate it. Every single day. So here I am, a man who walked away from a lie. And walked into a future filled with hope, love, and peace. To everyone who supported me, who listened, who kept me grounded, thank you. And to those who doubted me, who called me dramatic, heartless, cold-blooded, I hope you find peace in your own stories. Because this is mine. Whoosh. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and without further ado, let's move on to the next one. Alright, let me tell you a story about a family, a marriage, and a big change that came between them. I'm a 38-year-old man, and I love my wife. I love our 2 young boys. I've never been the kind of person to do something crazy, or dramatic. But 12 months ago, everything started to shift. My wife converted to a new religion, a religion that meant she gave up meat altogether. To be supportive, we all had a vegetarian dinner that night, just a small show of unity. The rest of us kept eating normally. But we supported her choices. For nearly 8 months, everything was fine. My wife avoided meat. And we kept it separate. She'd eat her meal, we'd eat ours. It seemed a reasonable compromise. But then, things started to change. Suddenly, it wasn't enough for her to simply avoid meat. She didn't want it in the house at all. It wasn't just food, either. One by one, pork was swapped for jackfruit. Real eggs were gone. Replaced by something called just egg. Clothing, deodorant. Even dental products. Nothing was left unaffected by this change. It seemed we were losing a bit of ourselves in this process. So I tried to talk it through. I said, we 100% support you. But this isn't what the rest of us chose. Your beliefs are your own. But we shouldn't all be forced to follow. But she insisted. This wasn't a lifestyle, it was a moral compass. To be around it, to smell it, to see it, made her uncomfortable in her own home. The tension kept growing. It got so bad. Our boys started sneaking food from friends' houses. Just to taste a piece of their old life. Then, about a week ago, she went away on a business trip. I was in charge, me and the boys. And we did something we hadn't done in a while. We ate meat. Freely. Without shame. Without judgment. The boys were happy. I was happy. Until she came back. And somehow, it slipped, that we hadn't kept up the vegetarian lifestyle while she was gone. When she walked back in, and heard what we'd done, I have never, ever, seen her so disappointed in us. We put the boys to bed. And then we fought. 4 hours. She said. How could you do this? How could you undermine me? And the values we're trying to live by? And honestly, I understood her side. I really did. It's hard to argue back. Because I know she's passionate. I know this means something to her. But at the same time, I kept thinking. I don't want to be vegetarian, and neither do the boys. We shouldn't be forced to follow a path we didn't choose. So here we are. At a crossroads in our marriage. And in our family. The question now is, how do we move forward without losing ourselves in the process? If you're loving these wild Reddit stories, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, so you never miss a twist or turn in future episodes. Let's move on to the next one. For starters, my boyfriend and I have been dating for 4 years. Our anniversary was in April, and we had planned to take a road trip to celebrate. Of course, that didn't happen. Then, about a month ago, he brings up another road trip, this time for next year. He says it would be with his friends, a 22-year-old female friend, a 24-year-old male friend, and the guy's girlfriend, who's also 24. Honestly, I was cool with that. I'm friends with his guy friend and his girlfriend. But the other female friend? I've always been cautious around her. To be fair, it's not really about her. It's me. I've got some trust issues. My last boyfriend cheated on me. And sometimes that doubt still lingers. Anyway, weeks go by, and I don't hear anything else about the trip. So I ask him, hey, are you still going on that trip with your friends? And he goes, oh. We decided it would be a no girlfriends allowed trip. I wasn't mad. I actually thought, okay, that makes sense. Friends need space to bond without partners sometimes. We could always plan something just for us later. But then. Tone, curious, defensive, hurt. Today, I glanced at his phone screen while we were sitting together. And guess what I saw? A group chat. They're actively planning the trip. But more than that. His friend's girlfriend was messaging in it, the same one he said wasn't invited. So I asked him, why is she in the group chat? He instantly turned his screen away. Got defensive. Said, it's a private conversation. Red flag. So I asked again, can I just see the messages? Eventually, I did. And what I found out shocked me. She's going. She's fully invited. And I'm not. Just me. Excluded. And here's the kicker. He doesn't even like her. He's told me plenty of times how controlling and annoying she can be. So. Why does she get to go, but not me? The worst part? No one in the group asked why I wasn't going. It's like they just accepted I didn't exist. I started wondering, did I do something wrong? Was I being too sensitive? Or did my boyfriend just not want me there? I planned to talk to him the next day. But honestly, I went to bed feeling replaced. The next day, I confronted him. And that's when everything came out. Turns out, his friend's girlfriend doesn't like me. In fact, she hates me. He showed me a private message she had sent him, demanding that I not come on the trip. Worse, she told him I was cheating on him. I was stunned. This girl has always been nice to my face. I never expected this. So I messaged her. She said she was uncomfortable with me being around her boyfriend. Because she thinks I was being flirty last time we hung out. What? If I was being flirty, wouldn't my boyfriend have noticed? I would never disrespect my relationship like that. Never. My boyfriend had told me stories before. About how she's controlling. Won't let his friend have female friends. Gets upset if he texts another girl. But I never thought she'd turn that on me. The only thing I can think of is, the last time we hung out, I accidentally touched her boyfriend's leg. When we were squished into a booth. It was crowded. It meant nothing, and that same night, she freaked out because he messaged another girl. Demanded to leave the restaurant early. So yeah. My boyfriend hid all this from me. He said he didn't want to, 'cause more drama. Didn't want to hurt my feelings. So instead, he lied about why I wasn't invited. He made up the no girlfriends rule. He told me, I just didn't want to make things worse. I get it. He only has 2 close friends. He didn't want to lose them. But what about me? Why did he take her side? Why did he protect her feelings, and not mine? He says he was trying to spare me, but uninviting me to something we originally planned together. Hurts way more than knowing some insecure girl doesn't like me. We talked it out. He's not going on the trip anymore. He told his friend everything. And honestly, his friend might break up with her. Apparently, this isn't the first time she's pulled something like this. As for me, no, I'm not breaking up with him. At least, not yet. But I told him. I need you to stand up for me. If we're going to be together, you can't let someone else rewrite our story. I'm still shaken, but at least now I know the truth. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever been excluded for reasons beyond your control? Whoosh. So, now it's your turn. Which story shocked you the most? Which one did you relate to? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, I read every single one. And hey, if you've got a story of your own, don't be shy. You never know who needs to hear it.